Hey guys, I'm Ryan, and today I've got a Modern Warfare 3 gameplay on the map Resistance, and it's a 13-8 free-for-all. Now I'm just going to say at the start of this game, don't do too well right at the start. I actually end up being, after about 2 minutes, only 2 kills with 4 deaths. So that's why I've sped through the first part. And the main problem I'm finding with free-for-all, which you would see if I had slowed this down, that there's a lot of corners for people to just sit in. So yeah, as you saw, I brought the scoreboard down 2 and 4 at the moment. But right there, where the actual game sound comes back in, I was just imagining it to be like if you've ever watched any of Sandy Ravage's videos, you'll know that when he dies, there's no music at first if he's not doing too well, and then the moment he starts to go on a streak, then the music kicks in. And I should imagine that because at this point now I actually got on an 18 kill streak because of the actual positioning I choose on the map. And Resistance I'm finding to be one of my favourite maps so far. I think it was the first map I actually played when I got the game, and right now I'm just moving to where I actually hold out and patrol an area, because you see there's a care package there, and as I'm running Specialist, you'll see later on in a couple of kills actually, when I get the Specialist bonus and you have all of the perks, that was actually a booby trap. So I actually saved all the people from being blown up. Death by bullets or death by blowing up by a booby trapped care package. Which would you prefer? I'm gonna go with the explosion actually. It'd be a lot faster. But with Modern Warfare 3, I'm finding it quite fun, and and it's definitely, like, compared to Modern Warfare 2, I think I've been killed by noob tubes on this game 3 times, which just shows how toned back they are and how much they've actually listened about how big a problem the explosives were in Modern Warfare 2. And my biggest complaint with this game so far is the connection. Now, I know people saying, oh, you just got a bad connection and everything, but I'm guaranteed that many people will be noticing that on this game there is bullet lag that is so much worse than it was on Black Ops. I mean, it was annoying on Black Ops when it wasn't that bad, but on this it can just be extremely awful, and I'm finding that with the connection, if you're on a 3 bar, it feels more like a 2 bar. But I heard that disabling the theatre mode record system helps fix that, and I did that just before this game, I believe, and I think it did actually work, because I managed to get on an 18 kill streak in the first game I go in. But this was one of my first games in free-for-all, so I wasn't really knowing what to expect, and the spawn systems, as I found out a couple of games after this, on some of the maps on free-for-all are absolutely awful. There'd be occasions, quite often really, where I'd be shot by someone, and then I'd respawn in and then get shot by them again, and in the kill cam it showed me dying beforehand in the previous death, and then them re-killing me. So that really needs to be fixed, because I've had people spawn right next to me. I've had people, I've had me spawn and I've walked about 2 meters and then there's someone there in a corner waiting, and it can get quite frustrating. And also, I like the amount of gun choices they've been given. All the guns that I've used so far seem to be viable options, which is what it was like in Modern Warfare 2. I like that, where you could pretty much pick up most guns and do well with them, except for the odd few, which were only suited for certain things. And then there's sniping, which is drastically different to Black Ops. It's a lot faster and everything, and honestly, it feels really strange to me. And I love the sniping in Modern Warfare 2, and in Black Ops I actually didn't snipe because of how just slow and boring it felt. But it feels really weird to me. I'm fine when a couple of friends went into a free-for-all on Dorm, just having a test out, see what the snipers were like. We were finding that you couldn't really drag scope as well as you could in previous Call of Duties. which was a problem for me because I play 9 sensitivity, so I'm used to drag scorping a lot because I play 9 consistently, and it really threw me off when I first tried it. In the free-for-all before this, I tried sniping, and it was hit and miss. I was finding, like, sometimes it'd be you'd shoot someone, you wouldn't get the hit marker, you get them in the chest, they'd die, fine, the quick scorpion was on target and everything, and then there was other times where you'd shoot them in the chest or in the head or something around there, and it'd be a hit marker, and or you've lined someone up in your sights, you've taken the shot, and for some reason it's missed, which I don't get because the hitbox in this game is extremely generous. It's a lot bigger than it was in previous Call of Duties, I'm finding. But I get my specialist bonus again after losing my 18 kill streak, because I did something a bit stupid then. Really should have flashed the guy when he killed me. Or is it here actually? Oh no, it's here. Is it here? Yeah, it's there. I should have flashed that, well, stunned that guy. Then he flashes me, and I didn't expect him to be behind me. And he shot me in the back, I believe. No, here's another stupid little decision I made, because I made quite a few bad decisions, hence why. This gameplay could have been a lot better. I could have probably got it to a 30-3 if it wasn't for the stupid decisions I made. Because in some cases, like at the start when it sped up, there was a point where there was a guy sat up camping in a corner. So I started to shoot at him with my PP, and then tried to pull out my secondary, and it was too slow because I didn't have Quick Draw Pro, which I've gotten accustomed to. But anyway, that's the end of the game. So yeah, just going for the hip fire of destiny on that guy. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.